Hello, welcome to another DIY craft video. Today in this video, what we will be learning how to do is how to make seashells in pendants. And I'm going to show you a few of these. See, here's one. Here's another. And here is two more. Okay, and we're going to learn how to make these using nothing but pendant trays, seashells, and nail polish and glitter. And let's get started. Okay, so I showed you these few, and some of them have glitter. If you can see them, I don't know how well the camera picks it up, although I do have lighting. Now some of these I drizzled some resin over, but you don't have to. I know a lot of people don't like working with resin. They're afraid of it, or it's a little more money, but I'll show you an easier alternative way. Of course, with the resin, it gives you that wet look to make it look like these seashells just washed up from the ocean. But let's get started and I'll show you the things that you need first. So the first thing you need to do this project is some of these 1-inch pendant trays. Now, if I can find the link to these, I got these on Amazon, I believe. It could have been eBay. I bought them in bulk. It's eco-friendly metal, lead-free, 1-inch pendants. And I bought these in bulk back when I was making and selling jewelry. You're going to need some seashells. Now, I put them in this container, but they come in a bag. They're the little ones, okay? And there's some charms here. But these are the little ones, and they come in a bag. You usually get these at any craft store, sometimes for vase fillers or other things. And I got these at Hobby Lobby, but I know they have them at Michael's. They have them online. They're just a bag of real shells, but they're little. Unless you go to the beach and find all these little tiny colorful seashells, then rinse them, get them home, rinse them up, and use them. But these are at the store, and they are real. So if you really need to get some, you can get those. Now, you can pick out the ones that you like. Certainly the most colorful ones are best. And you're going to need some nail polish. You can have different colors and some glitter polish and some glitter. Okay? So these were done for you. You can see the different colors I used on the backgrounds of these. Different greens, different blues. You can make it look like sand. You can drizzle resin with a toothpick because you don't want to go too heavy. But you also want to be careful it doesn't turn like that, like an ugly yellowy green. That was too much resin. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is get a pendant, make sure it's clean inside, and then pick out what kind of color you're going to want to paint the backing. So I'm just going to hold it like this and give it a few coats of paint. Just so you don't notice the metal anymore in there, okay? So this is a version without using resin. Now if you wanted to use resin, you would probably most likely get the Easy Cast resin and use a toothpick and drip it on top of it, just ever so slowly and lightly with very small amounts. So you want to be careful, just wipe any excess off like that immediately and it'll come off. And just to get the edges, you don't want metal showing, okay? Now we want to let that dry for a little bit. You can use a little fan. I got this little fan, I believe off of Amazon. It has 3 different speeds. It comes with a metal stand that I don't have, but it also bends and you can stand it up. Or you can use a table fan just to hurry up in the drying process. But when you turn this on, make sure you don't have any glitter opened. So it'll help you dry. So once you get all that nail polish, now for time's sake, I'm not going to wait, but you would wait for this to dry, or just go ahead and keep adding until you're satisfied. You don't want to do too many because these aren't very deep, the small ones. And most of this will be covered by shells. So once you got that, while it's still wet, if you're going to use any dry glitter like this, you can sprinkle it. I think I'll go with some of this because it coincides, but I want to use very little in the areas that the seashells will be around. See, I didn't use a lot. And the next thing you're going to want to do is, if you're going to use regular glitter, you can do that as, like, if you're going to use nail polish glitter, you can do that too in like certain spots. Okay. Now, you don't have to, you could just use dry glitter, in which case, like I said, you should wait until you should use it while it's still wet to put your dry glitter, so it'll adhere to it as an adhesive. Then you're going to take your seashells. Now, I don't have my glue out, but since you already know what they're going to look like, you're going to take some seashells and place them where you'd like them to go once your nail polish is dry. Now you can use a tweezer and your toothpick, and you can just lay them down, and once you've got them all positioned where you want them, so we'll take this one for instance. Once you got them all positioned where you want them, use a toothpick and get some of your E6000 glue. Now I'd have my E6000 glue, but I squished the Living Daylights out of the tube, so I'm going to put a picture in here. They do come in medium, large, medium, and small sizes. So you can do that. And then you'll just take a toothpick with a little bit of the E6000 glue and put it on the back of your seashells. So once you pick out a seashell that you want to put in there, say it's one of these, you go like that with the toothpick to get some glue and then place it down. You can use a tweezer. It might be easier to get a little cheap set of tweezers like this, and then you hold your seashell, put your glue, see the tweezers, I have the bent one, and then you would put some glue like this and then place it where you'd like, because you're going to need a few in there. Now you don't have to cake them up, but you see the difference? See how many you could fit in there? I put this many in here, I put this many, and I put this many in these, and then this one. And you want to pick out ones with color. Now this, again, I had drizzled some resin, so that gives it that high shine. But you can get the same thing with a high shine nail polish, a high shine clear nail polish. And why I don't have that done, because my pendant tray has to dry. But for the sake of the video and time, I'm going to show you. So see when I put this high shine clear nail polish on? So once this is all dry, and your E6000 glue jewelry takes 24 hours to dry. So be sure that once you glue them, you can make a bunch of these if you're making them to sell or give as gifts. And you're going to want to make sure that the seashells are dry. But before you do that, you want to make sure your nail polish and glitter has been put on and that's dry. Then your seashells will be glued to the dry paint. And then once they're dry after 24 hours, you can go ahead and either drizzle your resin with a toothpick or use some really high shine, very liquidy, clear nail polish, you see? And it'll give it that wet look and it'll stay like that. So that's another option, and that's all you do. It's really simple, really fast, and inexpensive. The only thing you do have to do is wait. Now, I know you're going to be tempted to use a glue gun to put these in so you can go ahead and put the clear polish or drizzle the resin. You know, I typically would say don't do that. I would say don't do that. Use the E6000 glue and just wait 24 hours. But if you do, you're only going to be using a little piece on there, okay? And you have to use the high heat glue, otherwise the seashells will come off. Then make sure that's set and dried, and then you can go ahead and do that. But typically I don't suggest that because glue gun glue tends to dry up and then they'll fall off. So that's up to you, okay? So that's this little project, and you can use any kind or color nail polish you want. You can use just the dry glitter, and if you do, make sure that it's used while the nail polish is wet. And you can use regular glitter and just have fun with it. So I hope you like this fast, easy, inexpensive pendant, DIY pendant craft. And give this video a thumbs up. And comment if you have any questions or just say hello. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now and click the bell for future notifications. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video.